guys, so we are here at the Here, Now, and Then Art Gallery exhibition for LA Art Week. I'm so excited because I get to interview two of the artists and the gallery owner. Let's go. We're here in West Hollywood. Come on, y'all. It was like a couple inches up.
So finally melted last week.
Welcome back to Power 97.5 LA, iHeartRadio, and Power B 97.5 Vegas. Number one, introduce yourself and tell us, where are we standing right now in West Hollywood?
Well, thank you again. I'm Ron Valdez, and we're standing actually at Hamilton-Selway Fine Art here in West Hollywood, which I'm one of the partners here.
Okay.
And we've been here nearly 30 years.
I love it. And I have somebody beside me that I actually met, almost over a year plus now. And I've been obsessed in stalking her social media because she constantly makes sure that there's representation online for a little bit of everyone, but for the Black and brown folk. Who are you, ma'am, for the folks that don't know you?
Hi. I am Tanya Wiedemeyer, founder and CEO of Tanya Wiedemeyer Gallery, which is located in Brooklyn, New York. Yay! What up, Brooklyn?
Listen, your gallery doesn't just exhibit work, right? It really does have contextualized within cultural and historical narratives. How do you approach curation as an act of stewardship rather than just simply selecting items on your wall?
Well, a lot of it is part of our team and our associates here. So we all bring our different ideas together. It's just not one person. If we didn't have a group like this, we wouldn't have the gallery. And we all have different wants and needs. And for me personally, at this time and place, I think it's extremely important that we share the stories of the Black and brown community, because I think we're being marginalized exactly now. Yeah. And if we don't speak out, I don't think there's any hope for us. And I feel we need to speak out.
Yeah. So the title Here and Now and Then, it suggests that memory isn't just something we carry, it is something that is built within us. When you created this space and all of the thoughts around it, do you believe that art has the power to correct memory, especially in communities where histories have been kind of fragmented or misrepresented?
Absolutely. I do believe that art will save us, right? Art is going to be here longer when we are all gone. It is an ingredient or a texture of what was then, now, and what will be later on. And so I think this certification of art definitely can preserve that and heal us and bring us forward.
I've had many conversations with people about legacy and the things that they want to hold on to, and art has kind of been the focus of that conversation. When histories look back at this era with politics and social norms and spirituality, what role do you believe galleries like yours will have played within kind of shaping that narrative?
I hope the galleries will be able to. I hope the gallery will be able to tell the history of what's happened in the past, what's happening now, and how our future can be brighter. I think people forget that there is a positive side. I think we always focus on the negative, but positive is so much more stronger. And if we can just focus on that, I think that could make the change.
That part. You constantly create spaces for people that it makes people think. And you have done that here multiple times, in Brooklyn consistently, and so many people, and this is without her not even knowing right now, that I have talked about you without you even just being here. Do you see yourself continuing a lineage, disrupting and or redefining art?
I think it's both. Disrupting and redefining. I think that there is a space that we haven't entered yet in this art world. I think for my gallery, and knowing that we have introduced art to a group that think that they couldn't place their hands on it or be a part of it, I think that's where the disruption, and I think that's where the cultural care taken is super important. And I think there's a lot more. And we are going to go places, and we're going to do more like this. And it's a wonderful opportunity to be partnering with Ron and his team and really bringing this beautiful body of work. So yeah, watch out. We coming.
That part. Ron, your team and yourself is absolutely fantastic. It's been super welcoming. When the people leave this gallery and this exhibition for this one and more to come, when they leave this gallery, what shift in awareness do you hope that they carry into the world beyond these walls?
Again, I hope they take along with them philanthropy, how to give back. And I think one of the things that's amazing about Tanya and I is that we were talking earlier about sometimes galleries are so afraid of competition. but we're all about synergy. How do we work together? And I wish the world could work that way.
Right.
Instead of competition, how do we work together? How do we make things better? And
It's all about community.
yeah,
Lord,
and I think that's what's connected with us.
Yeah,
I mean,
so.
so I'm very happy and glad to have met Tanya and partner with her.
Me too. Me too.
You are starting
Right.
that.
You know, my last question for you, Tanya, is with everything that you have accomplished and the people and the hearts that you touch and the art that you sell to all the folks that lives in their home and will live within their families for all of the things, for you specifically, what do you want your legacy to be?
Ooh, that's a hard question. I think impact. Introduction to something that you didn't think existed, and awareness, and love, growth, history, and change. Yeah.
Listen, so tell everyone about this amazing exhibition. Like, come on, let's go.
So please come down to Hamilton-Selway Fine Art and view the wonderful works of blue chip artists and emerging artists. Here, Now, and Then is on view, opening tonight, February 25th till March 15th. Come on down and check out all the amazing work and meet Ron and his entire team who has put the show together.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ron. I appreciate you guys. So welcome back to Power 97.5 LA iHeartRadio. I'm so excited right now because we have Candice Tavares that is in the building. And as we know, here in Los Angeles, it is LA Art Week. Number one, I always like to start this question and these just conversations off. How are you and how's your heart?
I am really happy. I feel like this is one of those moments where I just feel like really blessed. They say like oftentimes that like your gift will make room for you. And I feel like I'm living in a moment where like my gift is really making room for me. My piece was on the like flyer for this amazing exhibition full of all of these incredibly talented artists, and it just feels like, wow.
You know, it's like that wow moment, right? Listen, you've transitioned from science and healthcare into art, right? Whew, number one, I mean, that's a breath by itself. What did creating with wood give you that your previous careers could not?
So I have to correct you. It's actually not my previous career. I'm still a full-time
She
pharmacist.
said, let me be very clear. Okay, I have multiple dollars coming in the bank.
But I think the thing about art is that working with wood, especially like doing what I do with wood, it feels like uncharted territory, right? Like there's a lot of freedom in it. So I get the opportunity to just express what I think and feel and explore and create, and there aren't like rules or boundaries to it. I feel like, in pharmacy, it's like, okay, you pick the right drug or you pick the wrong drug.
Like, so what's going to happen?
Yeah, and so there are rules, right? There are standards. There's a right way and a wrong way. And with this, like, I don't have to fit into somebody else's definition of a rule. I can just create what I feel. And that is very freeing for me.
And you speak a lot about wanting Black women and children to feel seen, and I think this piece shows a lot about just being seen and especially just being on the flyer for everybody to even see and kind of witness. Growing up, when was the first time you realized you needed that affirmation for yourself?
So I changed schools in kindergarten. I went from, yes.
How do you even remember that? That's crazy.
Okay, so here's the deal. Like when I was in preschool. Preschool was the YMCA in North Philly or North Broad Street. So as you can imagine, it was very blackety black.
Absolutely.
And it was lovely. It was wonderful. I thrived. Yeah. And then in kindergarten, I went to a predominantly white school in South Jersey, and it was not very black. No, it was not. It was very different, and I was like one of the only Black kids in the classroom, and I had to learn then like what racism was and what it meant to look different, and that my hair was different than all of my classmates.
And absolutely beautiful, I have to say.
Thank you. And that was okay, right? And so as a really little kid, I realized that like I was different. And then growing up, continuing to go to predominantly white schools until I went to Howard, I had to learn how to love what I look like and how I show up in the world just naturally as God made me, without feeling like I needed to be different or conform to a standard that really was never meant to be able to be met.
That part, right? And I think it's always, as I continuously say, the power of the pivot, right? If a young black girl comes during LA Art Week and sees this amazing picture and they stand and I mean, just alone, just speaks volumes. They stand in front of your work tonight and for the rest of the week through March 4th. What do you hope she feels in her body before she even understands this in her mind?
I hope that she feels hugged. There's like, there's this feeling when you see something and it resonates with you, and there's this like warm hug kind of feeling.
I got that hug earlier when I came in. Shout out to Tanya.
that safe feeling that like you're okay here. Yeah. I want them to feel that. I want them to feel like, oh, yes. I'm okay. Like not just that I'm okay here, but like I'm celebrated here. I'm valued here. I'm fortified here. Like that's what I want them to get. That like, oh, I see a piece of me in here, and I am just as beautiful, if not more beautiful, than what I see on the wall that people are celebrating.
You are just as beautiful as this piece and all of the things. And even going back to your kindergarten self, listen, you have understood the power of pivot. You continue to set the standard, and so many young women can stand on your shoulders. I thank you. How can the people find you? Any last words? All of the things.
I guess my last words always are that you are beautiful and wonderful and perfect just as you are, just how God made you. And you can find me on Instagram. My Instagram is NoelleRx, because Noelle is my middle name, and art is my prescription for peace of mind.
Have a good time tonight. Absolutely. Thank you for you. How does this moment for you feel, and how's your heart?
It's pretty fun to be here today. I think, growing up in LA, I'm from LA, so, driving by a lot of these places when I was younger, and I'm from the East Side, I'm from Watts. So being here now, and having my work represented, being here and having my work up in this areas and having, everybody see the work, it's just a special moment for me.
It is, right?
It's a really special moment for me because, especially these particular works, because of what they mean to me and what they mean to kind of the history of my journey as an artist. Yeah.
First of all, shout out to Watts. I just want to say that because I think a lot of people don't want to shout out the Compton and the Watts area because there's a lot of colorful beautifulness that's actually in that area. Your work reflects Black and brown childhood through ethereal lenses, right? What part of your own childhood still lives inside of this painting and all the multiple paintings that you have?
Well, this particular painting is like kind of a direct part of my childhood. When I was growing up, my sister used to read this Precious Moments Bible to me. I don't know if you remember those moments exactly. So she actually really taught me how to read, like with that Bible. So I always wanted to do a series like of those Bible stories, and I wanted to make it look like like kind of the old school Baroque style of paintings, but with African American or African flair, really. Yeah. So when I started coming up with the idea of these paintings, I thought directly to those moments of my childhood with my sister, who actually passed away about 20 years ago. So I kind of did a lot of this stuff to honor her and my journey, because I learned how to draw from those books as well. Wow. I used to have the little pictures in them, and I would draw those pictures. Exactly. So I used to draw those pictures and stuff like that. So that was like my first introduction to art when I was like 5 or 6 years old. So,
and I think a huge shout out to your sister who's still living with us today, right? No, meaning that her presence will always still be here with us, right? And I think, and I mean, look at this, right? She's still living here with us with the heartbeat that you continuously do with your work. You blend realism and cultural symbolism. How do you describe what memories stay with literal spaces, like which ones with abstract paintings and things like this?
I think it really depends on the painting, right? So some paintings, I think a lot of times when I go into the drawing process, I let that process happen naturally. So sometimes like I do things in the background that are relevant to current events or relevant to historical things that I want to speak about in each particular painting. So it really depends on the work itself. And sometimes that can give me a little bit of trouble because like it'd be vastly different than the previous work sometimes, but I paint a lot, I draw a lot. I am blessed to be able to do that for a living now. So especially like a childhood dream to do that for a living. So I just let it go where it goes sometimes. When I'm drawing, I just kind of I just go. Exactly.
Right. With everything that's happening in the world right now, though, right? For you, what does healing look like as an artist, kind of revisiting American narratives that were never really built for you or myself or people in mind like this?
Honestly, I think being in spaces like this and having even just the opportunity to show in spaces, I think are the thing that's a healing process, because historically a lot of Black people, especially Black women, weren't able to even show in galleries. They would have to use a pseudonym, and so just to be able to be present in spaces and have whole weeks and whole fairs that's dedicated to Black art, and have galleries that show predominantly Black art, I think that's a part of healing through art, and just to be able to paint something with that type of textured hair, and that skin, that brown and oranges and reds in the skin that's almost glowing. Those things, that to me is just like a process of healing. I know personally, every time I paint and every time I kind of go into any type of narrative, that's a healing process for me too. Because sometimes it's like, I paint a lot. I can be painting 10, 11 hours sometimes, a lot, so that whole process is therapeutic for me. I can be frustrated at 10 o'clock at night, I go paint. Exactly. So that whole process, in terms of individual, is therapeutic for me.
Last question is, what does legacy look like for you?
It's pretty simple for me. I keep it simple. I just, as long as my kids love me and are proud of me, and usually I paint my kids a lot too, so that's part of it. Every time I paint my son or my daughter and somebody purchase it, and if it goes to another state, I let my son know it's painting you in New York now. It's painting you. So to me, I think it's real simple for me. Me being able to grow up as a kid from Jordan Downs Projects to be in a space where I can paint for a living, and that's something that's not necessarily taught as, well, not necessarily taught, but we don't know at that age that's a possibility. So for me, I think that it's more about rapping and shooting basketball. It's just other avenues. So my kids know that, and because my kids know that, to me that shows about that I already done something in my life. Yeah.
Well, listen, as we wrap, I always like to say something that your kids will probably say, and the same with me. Let me get $20, because you just out here doing the things. Have a good time tonight.